Jackie Goldschneider. I told you when I ran into Jackie Goldschneider at
Don't y'all have a life? Like, aren't y'all
no,
creating?
this
Like,
is
I mean,
when
isn't
I
all
ran
this
into Jackie
secret
Goldschneider
envy?
at the GLAAD Awards last
I know.
month.
She said, like, I love you,
She
I
said,
hate
"I
you.
hate you," and I said, "I'm sure you do." And she's like, "I love you. I can't be mad at you. I like hate you." And then she's like, "Well, the things you say are not really that bad against me." She's like, "Kim is a whole nother story." I'm like, "Yeah, Kim D does not say great things." So I mean, she's referencing the paid Saturday Patreon. So they all listen,
Who
but in
has
this
like who cares? You're the person on TV, you're the star. Why do you care what like I mean, you are a very credible, legitimate source, but like who
they
cares
all
what people
care.
I mean, it's like the old saying, if people are talking about you, that's the best thing, you know? I mean, it's like you want your name in people's mouth. The minute it's out of their mouths, you ain't relevant. I mean, why do you care? It is so weird to me that these housewives subscribe to your Patreon. They all are like bosses. They have things to do. They have kids. I'm like, why are you wasting a minute? You think I want to
I
listen to another podcast about? I ain't even on the shows, and I don't want to listen to another Bravo podcast. I mean,
I agree.
this
I
is the only
mean,
one. So I do think it's her. I guess I
so
do think
now
it's her on your
who's a fan
Patreon.
of who? I've never listened to Melissa's podcast in my entire life, ever,
She
even
wants
with,
to know what people are saying, and it
and
kind of
she's paying for mine. She doesn't listen. She pays $14 a month, which Melissa, I
crazy.
appreciate.
She's giving you money.
I appreciate the $14. Every $14 counts. You could also do the $20, which a lot of you do for ad free because you don't want to hear the ads.
Dude, after she
So
hears this, she's going to unsubscribe. And you know how you get a notification who
probably,
unsubscribes? So
yes,
please
yes.
screenshot. And you have to take an exit survey on Patreon. It's like, why are you leaving? Price.
Oh,
You don't like
really?
the content. So I can't wait to see what she exits. Like what
Can
she,
you can you read someone's exit survey?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, well, Melissa Gorga, if I were you, the cat's out of the bag with the $14 a month, I would leave it alone, sweetheart. I wouldn't cancel. You're going to cancel. I'm going to post your cancellation after I expose you, and I'm going to post your exit survey. So I would keep the $14 where it is, you stupid bitch.
It,
Just stay a member. I don't listen. I didn't even want to expose this because I don't want to lose a member, but this is worth losing the $14 a month over because I had to address the dumb bitches' claims. And by the
I
way,
cannot believe the only reason I think that they subscribe, these women continue to subscribe, is because I think the truth of the matter is you and Kim D are
we
getting
know everything.
right. I mean, you're getting a lot of information from various sources that maybe those sources are not speaking to the housewives. So in a way, you probably have a heads up on who is going and who is not going actually before the women do, to be quite honest. So I can see that. To me, I guess it makes sense if I were in their shoes, like, all right, well, you know what, I kind of want to get ahead of things, so let's hear what the streets are saying. So I take it again, flip-flopping, but
And
we'll see.
and
I was
a lot
living
of
through this,
times
dude.
the source is the actual housewife. Between Kim and I, we speak to multiple current housewives. So everyone could get out their Ouija board and put and start crossing names out. It's not all who you think. We speak to multiple current housewives. So when a current housewife is told, go to the Bahamas, go to California, go to Texas, go travel and live your life. There's no filming in June or July or go, fly away, go to the Caribbean, go to Antarctica. It's great in Antarctica, guys. Go somewhere. This is an actual fact when they're told by a production, don't call us in June, don't call us in July, don't call us in August. The shorter the pause is, by the way, because now there's grumblings, we may start in September. The shorter the pause is, the less likely the bitch Melissa's coming back. I hate to break it to everyone. I do think they would like to keep her. I do, but there's no way. It is so dark and it is so
Yeah.
over and it is just, and I do think she will be, of course, in the Bravo family, watch what happens, girls trips. There are things for her, but it will never, I will repeat, never be back on our HO engine. Never. They will never tap Teresa in 3 to 4 years and say, guess what we're doing? No. They just like the same thing with the Nene. I mean, it's too much when the train is moving too fast. It's too much to just involve you. And how is that going to work with Teresa? She'll blow a gap. It's like, it's not going to work. Why you gave one housewife this much power? It's too late now. You already did. I mean, I don't think they would do it again, but this has become the Teresa show. Love it or leave it.
Look, Teresa is this unique unicorn in the sense of, you know, I don't know how she's done it, but basically this woman has had the worst, the best and the worst luck all at once, right? I mean, it's rare you get somebody that has 4 children, right? Because that's the Kardashian effect. You kind of need kids. They add a lot to it. Teresa was willing to put them on TV. What are the chances you're married to a guy who, I mean, just does everything illegal, never becomes an American citizen, gets deported? You go to jail as a result. Your parents die, basically both. Well, not both, but, you know, die while you're in jail. I mean, you know, it's like every step of the way she is this, I hate to say the term, but television gold, because it is her life. I'm sure she has been very sad and impacted by it, but she just is like that 1 in a million. And so I think they were right to go all in on her, because now even with Louis, I mean, you look at,
I was just going to say,
chances. I mean, she could not, if she had met a guy who was just a normal,
I can't,
construction guy or whatever, you know, normal attorney it would never have been where it is. But I think, to your point, they're fine getting rid of Joe and Melissa because they're setting Louis up, whether deserved or undeserved or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of storyline for Louis to come. A ton. We're going to.
What are the chances that this is who she would end up with? Yes. And for everyone who says bravo,
I would put my money on her for 100%. I go all in, and I now think your theory is 100% right. And I think Marge or Margaret, I mean, I guess
imagine a pause, and now imagine coming back after a pause. And look, I am not age shaming, because first of all, I think it's really one of my hot buttons of like, the alternative to being old is being dead. B, we're all going to get old. So I'm very, very anti-age shaming. However, when Jennifer Aydin calls Margaret old lady and old lady energy, Margaret is the same age basically as like Teresa and Dolores, but she does have old lady energy. And and Bravo's not stupid. They understand all the toxicity and digging. And listen, Louis is not toxic, but Margaret, listen, Louis would be fired if it wasn't for Teresa. Like, okay, like, I mean, it's not like he comes with Teresa. He keeps his job. I mean, there is no job. He doesn't get paid. But Margaret, we're not going to have a pause. It's going to feel the same with Margaret there. It's like, doesn't work. It's still toxic and dark. And they